All right, guys, so now that we pulled those emails out of that the Atomic Email Hunter, and we got the picture file of those emails, we need to figure out if we're not typing them in one by one, and typing them in one by one is the most accurate way to do it, obviously, but who has time to do all that? This is supposed to be about, getting, as free as possible, which it basically is, and, getting the emails in a specific amount of time, because we don't want to, literally anybody can scour the web for emails. You want to do it efficiently and fast. So basically you save that file. What you're going to do is you're going to go to onlineocr.net, and I'll have this link too also in that Word document. I'll have all these things linked that you need in that Word document that are crucial. There's 5 things. So there's the first 2 Google Chrome softwares, and then those web-based apps, and then there's the 2 softwares that the one cracked version of Atomic Email Hunter that I'll link, and the Snagit. And like I said, I'm also going to link this website here there too, and I'm still working on the other cracked version of Atomic Email Hunter, so stay tuned for that. Or not of Atomic Email Hunter, of Snagit. So stay tuned for that one. But essentially what you're going to do is you save that as a video, as a picture file. You're going to upload it from this site, and that was in pictures. So I believe we saved as snag pi1. Yep, there it is. And we're just going to upload that. And what you're going to do is you're going to change this. Obviously, it might be different for you, but I'm going to keep it English and change it to a Microsoft Excel file. And then you're just going to enter the CAPTCHA. So 545, and then we're just going to click convert, and we're going to wait for a second. And you'll see if you put it in as a Word file, it will just pop up with the words right here too. But I'll show you in a second for the Excel. Let's just let it run, and it literally pops up all the emails right here for you. It literally took them all off of the off of that picture. So then we're going to download the output file, and once it's done, which it looks like it is, we are going to open it. Then we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we are going to add those other ones, because why not? Copy, throw them in the other one. Whoops. Enable editing, obviously. Throw them in there, and voila. Looks like we have 231 targeted emails, and it took us, what, 10 minutes, maybe? So now the trick is, and you'll notice with a lot of these, because that software had to essentially guess what the words were in the picture. This is another crucial part. I'm going to go through a bunch of them. You'll see that some of them are messed up. So this one says corn.com, and there's attention to detail things you're going to need to pay attention to. So you could go through this entire thing and fix them all if you want. This is another corn one. But I'm going to show you some shortcuts and hacks, because if you have thousands of targeted emails like some of my lists, you're not going to want to do all that. Why is this not going through? What the hell? All right, let's scroll back up. Let's go to, you can see that this is not a, we're going to fix this in a second, but you're going to scroll down, copy them all. First thing you're going to do, so it's not annoying, is remove the hyperlinks. Second thing you're going to do is, I'm going to just delete this after the .com, because clearly that was, it looked like that was an Excel thing. We didn't want that. I'm also going to remove this hyperlink, because that didn't, just redid that. But you can see this corn, so you can literally go through and fix all the corns. But what I like to do is, and this is crucial, and you'll start to notice too that some of these have spaces. So like I said, you can literally go through and remove all these spaces, but why would you waste your time doing that? So let's go to home, and my favorite thing about Excel is to find and select feature. So we're going to find and replace, and you'll see that we're going to X out of this. Why is this doing this? And you'll see right here, pay attention to this corn, and it's going to go through for all of these. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say corn. Anything corn, it's going to find, and it's going to replace it with a com. So find, and we're going to replace all of them. So all done. We made 36 replacements, and you can see that it just changed that to com. So that's how you fix that. Now that we're still in here, you can see on the same one, there are spaces, because that software that we just used on, and like I said, if I find a better way to do this, because I'm going to be continually doing this myself, I will update these videos for sure and let you guys in on it. But this is the best way I know currently to do this, and it's literally easy and so fast. And you know, is it 100% accurate? No. But will it be mostly accurate? Yes, especially if you go through and look at all the emails essentially and do all these processes I'm about to show you. So next thing, we're going to find the space. So you literally come in, nothing's here, and you just hit spacebar. and then you replace it with nothing. Don't hit anything on the next one. And you'll see that all these spaces just delete. So replace all, boom, all deleted. That one's good. So that should have done that with everything. It should have fixed all the comms, or all the corns to comms, and all the spaces just to nothing. So now you can see that what I like to do, you don't have to do this because you can literally continue to generate as many emails as you want. So if you don't have time for this, feel free to, just skip this step. But what I like to do next is I'll go through my email list because I like to just pay, I have a attention to detail thing. I'll just run through and make sure that everything's fine. So I'll make sure that there's an @ and everything, because if it's not something at, a .com or a .co or a .de or whatever the case may be, or .net, it's not going to be a legitimate email. So that happens from time to time. You'll have to notice that. Like right here too, these copies, this is another thing I wanted to say. So these copies right here, that software sometimes mixes up the copies, and you're going to want to pay attention to that. So we're going to go back to our nifty find and replace, and you'll start to notice these things the more you'll do this, and you can fix them so much easier. So we're going to go and we're going to find a copy. Is there a copy? I don't know where that is, so I am going to just copy it, and then I'm going to go back into the find and replace. So replace the copy with an @ sign, and boom. Is there a space in front of that? Yes, there is. So replace. Okay, 2 replacements. So fix those. Now you don't have to do that yourself. And one of the other things you'll notice is you'll get a bunch of targeted email leads that are all from the same place in a row sometimes. So this, info@fitsmallbusiness.com, jruger@fitsmallbusiness.com, and you might think that some of these infos and like the generic ones like contact at but I would leave them in there. I would leave them in there for 2 reasons. A, somebody's obviously a human behind that, and if they're targeted, they might be on their work computer very much like some people are, just scouring the internet for things that they're interested in. So you might be marketing potentially to somebody that is interested, regardless of the domain email name that you're targeting. So I would keep them in for that reason. I would also keep them in because you're never really sure. Like sometimes this is like at fitsmallbusiness.com or contact at passiveincomemd.com. It could be somebody's website. I have many websites, and I know that I have contacts, I have infos at my websites, and the person that sees them is me. So if somebody was targeting to something that I was interested in and sent me an email, I would be the one receiving it, regardless of the fact that it is at info or about, and I would obviously be interested in that. So I might have browsed a site and that's why it popped up. There's various reasons, but I would just leave them in there. Very next thing you want to go through, and like I said, is you'll start to notice you get things like fit small business in a row, fit small business in a row, Scott Todd at whatever it is in a row. If you start to notice you're going down and you just happen to notice that one of these is wrong, like maybe this said like there's a bunch of these here and it said in cone, like you're going to want to make sure, because you're going to want to look at the rest of them and make sure that they're all correct, because like maybe one of them is messed up and not the rest of them. So just something to keep in mind really, really fast. I'm just going to kind of scroll down and see like this is missing a .com, and that's a frequent error. There's no fix for that. You can't find and replace that, but you can just go through and make sure that they all have a .com or a .co or a .something at the end. Most of the time, if you maximize the picture right in your edit like this, you'll get it right. You're going to want to make this as big as possible, but keep it as clear as possible. As clear as possible. Clarity is key. You want the pixels to be good. The software on this will pick it up much, much better if the clearer this picture is. So that's crucial, guys. And like I said, if I find out a better way to implement this method, I will definitely update that in a bonus lecture for you guys at the end. So stay tuned for something like that. But this is the best method that I know right now currently, and it's still phenomenal, and it still makes me a lot of money, and I don't have to do anything. So you can implement this stuff yourself, and you can start to make money yourself. I'm also going to go through how to target and retarget and send the emails. So stay tuned for that. I'm just going to go through really fast with you because there's only 200 some here, and like this one right here, I'm just going to delete that entire cell. I don't know what that is. It was obviously a mistake. This has a bunch of, doesn't have ats. This looked like it was the email or the picture software messed this up. It was a legitimate email, but just didn't get it right. So I'm going to delete it. And actually, for the sake of saving time and not wasting your time, I'm just going to go through what the next step that I would do is once I fixed all these and went through, and it might take you you know, if you have a long email list, it might take you a half hour to go through this, or it might take you an hour to go through this. Roll up your sleeves, get it done. You don't have to do it, like I said. Feel free to just send the emails out. But you know, you might get some bounces on simple fix that you could have just fixed. And you know, if this one, let's find another one really fast. If there was like right here, this is up at toptal.com, but the dot's missing. So I could have sent this entire list out, but if I didn't scan through this and just figure that out, this guy might make a sale, especially if I'm marketing them top tier items like this, like my other campaigns sometimes. This guy might have made a purchase, and that might have been $200 for me, or you know, $99 for me, depending on what you're marketing. It might have been $20, but this guy might have made a sale. It's a simple fix that took you a second to find and fix. I would just recommend going through all these, you know, so you're not missing out on potential sales and potential remarkets, because these emails are valuable, and you can definitely continue to, you know, build an entire list at the end. So I would go through all these, but for the sake of not wasting your time, I'm going to show you how to build and send the email next, and then I'm going to show you how to remarket, and we'll get further into that. I'm not going to go through this entire thing, but if I were actually building and sending an email list out through this one, I would definitely do that.